Let's look at a few simple Christmas decorations that cost little to nothing. What we have here is a tree made out of pages from a book. I simply cut the pages in graduated sizes and put them on a skewer. Very easy. I made it, actually most of it I made while watching television one night. Very simple, very easy to do. And there's kind of a secret to this. I'll show you the skewer that they are on. It's just a wooden skewer that I happen to have. And the skewer, the flat bottom part of the skewer, is hot glued to the base, which consists of, ta-da, cardboard from a food box that I happen to have. That's my secret. If you don't turn it over, you'll never know. The next thing I did, which I think you're really going to like, is another tree on a frame. And this particular tree was made from paint samples. I happened to be buying paint in the hardware store, and I thought I'm going to grab a few more samples and make a Christmas decoration. So this is just a tree. The paint samples are cut in strips and chained together like we did when we were kids, when we made paper chains. The frame was one I had from the Dollar Tree from last summer, and I just used some foam board and hot glued it on there after my chains were made, and I love it. I have it hanging in the gallery with my grandkids' pictures. This is a tree that I made this year out of a book. I bought the book for $1 from the library book sale and turned it into a Christmas tree. And the stars are also pages of a book. Now, if you want to know how to make this, I'll put the links below for the folded book tree and for the stars. I learned to make the stars from a YouTube channel called White Cottage Company. If you haven't seen her, you have to look. It's wonderful, the things she does. I love this. And I just decoupaged the folded stars on there, and I just absolutely love it. Now listen, here's a cheap way, an inexpensive way to get some Christmas and winter decor into your home. I just simply cut a few evergreen limbs or fronds from my evergreens out in my yard, put in some artificial berries, and tucked them into a real plant. This is a small peace lily that I happen to have. The river pebbles, I already had those, and I just set the plant in the middle of my dining room table with a placemat, and that's it. And I just tell you what, I love it. This will carry me through the winter. It's not just Christmas, it's a winter decor, and it's something that I can use and enjoy throughout the winter. So easy, didn't cost me anything. I already had everything there. I went kind of crazy with those evergreen fronds. I caught some more from some of my bushes out front, and I tucked these into a sconce that I have on my wall all the time with a candle. And it just kind of brings that sconce to life. It's one of my favorites because it's got birds on it. It doesn't look pretty. I love the way it looks. So simple. And it was free. The next thing I did, I have some pine cones that I've had for years, and I use them in different ways around my house. These particular ones I just tucked up on top of the frame. It's a portrait of my husband, myself, and our little dog. And I just tucked the pine cones up there, and I think they look adorable up there. It makes me smile every time I look at them. And they're just teetering on the top of the frame. The word art is on my wall all the time. It actually came from Dollar Tree for $1. This is also a wreath that hangs on my wall continually. I made it out of toilet paper rolls and some spray paint and a broken pearl necklace that I happen to have. And I just enjoy this wreath immensely. It was a lot of fun to make. So honestly, it didn't cost me anything to make it. I actually already had everything, and this was a little spray paint left over. There she goes again with those evergreens. I had some left, so I decided I would make a wall hanging. These are evergreens for my trees outside. The ribbon I already had from years ago. I think I picked it up for 50 cents in an after sale. And when the season is over, I will dispose of the evergreens and I will keep the ribbon. So it's just tied together with wire and hung on my wall. I didn't even put a new nail in. I just moved something off the wall and put that in its place. I love it. Now there's my chicken window, or chicken in the window, and it hangs in my kitchen. I just bought some stickers from Hobby Lobby, and I used my 40% off coupon, so they cost me $1 something. The Be Grateful Words art is actually from Dollar General, and that I've had that for a very long time. And I just put the snowflakes on there, and I love it. I think it just looks really pretty. And it's not just Christmas, it's winter, and it'll just carry me through the winter season, gives a bright spot to the kitchen. I think it looks great. And of course, this is the 6th year for my Target bag wreath. It's just a metal coat hanger, and I just cut Target bags into strips that year and tied them on and made a wreath. I've made many of these over the years, and the ribbon I had, the bells I had, didn't really cost me anything, and I filled in with some grocery bags, so I love it. This sits on my table all the time in the kitchen, and I just put some more evergreens in there, and the flowers are artificial. I tied some twine around the base of the container, and it sits on a clothespin trivet. If you've never made those, you should try it. They're fun. I made this one a long time ago, and for some reason or other, my cat just loves that wooden clothespin trivet. And the wreath that's hung on my door or somewhere in wherever I have lived for over 15 years now, actually. I made this just out of some garland that I had, and the Christmas balls are decoupaged with Christmas wrap. I love the Christmas wrap. It has angels on it, and I just used what I had and incorporated some pine cones. And the ribbon, it kind of looks a little squishy. I keep poofing it up, but I love this wreath so much, so I hang it on my door. I think it looks very, very pretty. I just enjoy it every year. This is a tree that I made last year out of toilet paper rolls. I painted it blue and white because that's all the paint I had, and then I did put some sprinkles on it. The base of the tree, the inside of the tree, is actually a flyer made out of cardstock that I got in the mail, and I just used that, and of course it's sitting on a clothespin trivet that I painted blue and put some little bit of sparkle on there, and so easy to do. It was fun. And I just took my time with it, and it really didn't cost me anything. Just a little time, and very, very enjoyable. This sits on the side table in my guest room, and I just love it there. I think it adds just that little bit of Christmas sparkle. And then here is a candle. It's a garland that goes around a candle, but I decided to put a silver bowl in it instead, and it just adds a little bit of pop to the guest room. I love it. Every time I look at it, I really like it. Actually, headphones, little earbuds sit inside that silver bowl in case whoever is staying there needs earbuds for the television. This wreath I made out of some yarn. I bought the yarn, and honestly, I didn't like crocheting with it. It was so thick, but I didn't want to waste it. So I decided I would try to make a wreath out of it. And honestly, the ring for the wreath is part of a tomato cage that fell apart, and it's a small ring that fell off of the tomato cage. So I thought, oh, I could make a wreath out of that. So that's what I did. And I came up with this design. I just like it so much. I thought maybe it would carry me through the season, but it's hanging in my bedroom, and I'm just going to leave it up all year round because I am enjoying that wreath. It makes me smile every time I look at it, and I was able to use what I had. And Christmas wouldn't be Christmas if I didn't put up my husband's dear mother's ceramic Christmas tree. I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and as always, little is much when God is in it.